What is going on, shrimp keepers? I am live today with my good friend Therese. She is here. So Therese, why don't you say hello? And
hello.
Just
How's
say
everyone today?
Hey, that's a great question. How is everyone today? We are competing with Super Bowl Sunday, the biggest football day of the year. But we decided to do it anyway, right, Therese?
That's right, because not everybody watches football, and I've got the game on, so we can keep up with the score at least.
Yeah, that is true. Not everyone watches football. I remember when I first started live streaming on Sundays, and there was always football on, and everyone's like, "Yeah, I'm not even watching anything," and I'm like, "Oh wow, like that's surprising." And yeah, so Therese, what do you do for a living? Let's start with that.
Well, for a living, I am a sales representative for JBJ. We distribute JBJ products, but we also distribute for the freshwater side the Denilate product from Germany, and also Chris's Shrimp King products. So that is my daytime job. And then I also organize the shrimp contest, USA Shrimp Contest with Chris.
So basically, you have the dream job, right?
I would say theoretically it is the dream job. The perks of the job is that I do get to represent a company that I feel very good about, and the products I feel very good about as a hobbyist. But I'm good at talking. I'm not really good at sales, but I've been kind of figuring my way out. But the organizing of the contest, I actually didn't know I had the skills for this, but I've learned that I do.
Well, let's start there. So I remember meeting you for the first time about 3 years ago at the first aquatic experience that I ever attended.
Yep.
And
same for me, 2015.
And that's when kind of this whole international shrimp contest, the first one in the USA, kind of came about. And so how did it all start?
It was Chris. Chris just throughout that weekend, I mean, there was a ton of us there. He pulled us together on Sunday, the last day of the event, and started to talk to us as the group and said this is what he wants to do. He wants to bring the contest to the US. He thought that this was the right time with the right people, and that was kind of how the idea of it blossomed. And over the next couple of months, it was very quiet. There wasn't a lot going on. A lot of information was being passed along. And then March of 2016, I met with Chris down in Orlando during the Global Pet Expo that year. And we met with the president of WPA, which is the World Pet Association, who is the company that puts on the Aquatic Experience. They're the organizers of the entire event. And some of the other key members of their board. And basically pitched them with the idea of what we wanted to do and how we wanted to do it. And it was born at that point. From there forward, we worked together with them to organize everything on the back end and then also on the front end.
That's awesome. So Chris had a dream, because I remember him pulling everyone together in kind of like a huddle. And he's like, we're going to make this happen.
Yes.
We're going to get the space. We're going to supply the tanks. Like, all we need is people to just dive into it. And I think out of that, you were the one person that carried the flame. Am I right?
Not originally. I mean, originally I was like, yeah, okay, I can work with a bunch of people. And somehow through all of those that were involved originally, I don't know how it evolved to be just me, but Chris kind of let me roll with it. And I worked with WPA through emails and contacted other people and just kind of organized things on that. So I ended up carrying the torch, yes. Originally, I don't think that was what my ideal role was going to be with this. I just kind of thought I'd be like a little helper. But yeah, definitely I'm the torch carrier now.
That's awesome. It's just crazy, like, how you went to the Aquatic Experience. You were in an aquascaping competition. You met everyone there. You had a great time. Chris Lucup, for everyone that doesn't know, this is Chris Lucup. He's the Shrimp King. And Chris just pitched this idea. We all like loved it. Teresa ended up like going for it and doing really, really good with it. And then boom, we get the first international United States shrimp contest. And how did that feel?
Well, the few months before the event, I was very, very nervous. I was worried. I had gone through all of the things I guess organizers go through for their first event, worrying about what was going to go wrong. Actually anticipated everything going wrong so I could be prepared for how to fix it. During the show itself, I was a basket case, but with the support of our volunteer team and Chris, it worked out really well. At the end of it, I was extremely proud that we were able to put off what we did. Not having worked with each other, meaning the volunteer team, we had never worked together before. A lot of us had never even met before. So for everyone to come together at an event and just kind of meet for the first time, you don't really know that person's personality or how they would jive with other people. It really worked out well. I don't know how. The people that we had they were great. And it was the same thing for the second year. We had some of the same volunteers, but then also a new group of people, and they were amazing as well, equally. And I hope that we also have the same going into this year, 2018 in New Jersey.
Yeah. So it's just been a crazy evolution. I remember the first year, not knowing what to expect and being absolutely blown away. Because like it was just awesome, like how professional it looked, and you killed it. I remember just thinking like, holy smokes, like they did it. Like, and it was
I don't know how. Awesome. It wasn't just me; it was everybody. I can't take the credit for that solely, but it was great. It's been amazing, and since then, for 2017, I had the opportunity because of my sales position. That I did get this job because JBJ saw my performance through the first competition and decided that I would be a good asset to the team. So they did bring me on. At that time, I was a customer service representative for the first contest. And since then, in 2017, I was given the opportunity to travel to a few different other contests and see how they run it, how they organize it on the back end, how they present it on the front end, some of the things that they do differently. Some of them were ones that had just had their first one, like Madrid. And then also in Dortmund, it wasn't the first one for Germany. I think it was the first one for the Dortmund show, which is the Aqua Expo, I believe it's called, but certainly not the first contest in Germany itself. So I had a lot of opportunities to learn and watch and be a part of these other contests. And I'm hoping that will influence our contests going forward. I saw a lot of differences, believe it or not, with ours and with how others are ran. Some I just viewed online. Some of them I was there in person. I also attended the contest in Paris. So I think that there is definitely a level of professionalism, as you mentioned. But also ours is put in the middle of a fair. We're in the middle of another event going on. Yeah. So we really have to step up our game and make it presentable, but also interesting to bring people in so that we can continue to have the event through WPA.
Yeah. Wow. Well said, Therese.
Yeah. Sorry, I talk a lot.
No, that's awesome. Hey, you're a customer sales representative. You are used to talking to people, so that's awesome.
I'm good at promoting, yes. Sales.
No, it's actually funny. Therese is actually my JBJ sales rep, and she's who I get all my Shrimp King from. She takes really good care of me. And so yeah, so you do a great job. I'll give you that.
Well, you make it easy. You're a great account.
Yeah, hey, I like that. You know, it's all about keeping it easy. I think Chris. Right. I remember Chris. He gave me like a bunch of like free samples of the Shrimp King food, and he's like, "Just try this. Just try it. Like, come on, just give it out. Like, try it." And I'm like, "Okay, like, you know, I'll try it." And then I ended up running out of the source that I was getting my food from,
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I got all these free samples. Like, I'll start trying it. And then I loved it. And the rest is history. So
Yeah.
Chris has been a big influence for me. I'm sure he's been a huge influence for you.
Absolutely.
He's been an absolute mammoth influence on the hobby here in the United States.
Absolutely.
And it all comes back to Chris's dream to bring a shrimp competition to the United States. And I know even when he came up with the idea, like there was so much doubt. Like everyone was like, it's not going to work. You know, it's too soon. You know, all these things, all these excuses.
Oh, there was so much doubt. And that was part of the reason why I was so nervous. Because I knew so many people expected it to fail. I don't know if it was because they expected me to fail, because honestly, I don't blame them for thinking this. In 2015 at Aquatic Experience, it was my second convention ever. My first one was only months before when I went to the first AGA show. So nobody knew me. Nobody knew who I was. I didn't know a lot of people. I'm at that time wasn't very active on forums anymore, and I'm more of a lurker when it comes to Facebook groups. But I think there were some people that thought it was going to fail because I was the one that was handling all of the logistics for it. And I think some people thought it was going to fail just because it was the first one that we were having in the United States, and that there just wasn't enough time to build it up, or there wasn't enough participation from other people that we knew, names in the hobby, which, you know, it's not that they didn't want to, it's just that they couldn't, because it kind of came up and like 6 months later we're having it. So it was hard for a lot of people to plan, but it happened and it was great.
Yeah.
So.
I honestly, I think a lot of people thought it was going to fail because they wanted it to fail for, you know, multitude of reasons. Maybe they weren't as involved as they wanted to be. Maybe it wasn't their idea, or many other factors. But I think it succeeded well above anyone's expectation. And I agree. I truly 100% believe that it has changed the shrimp hobby in the United States.
Really?
Absolutely 100%. And the reason why is because when you go to like an aquatic experience like this past year and you see the amount of people that gather around that booth and are like, oh my gosh, like I never knew shrimp could be so pretty.
Right.
And then it's all those videos and all those pictures and, you know, the people doing YouTube videos, like all these things like bring all this excitement. And then it also creates a need for breeders in the United States. People are like, well, hey, like, I want to win. I want to be a part of this. And then that's where it all grows, because it stems from the breeders, the people that are producing the shrimp, and then the interest. So I think that the first international shrimp competition in the United States and the second one completely changed the hobby here in the U.S. So
I did see a lot of change also, you know, and I was, I wouldn't say a shrimp. I'm never going to call myself a shrimp breeder. I have shrimp that have babies, and that's fantastic. But I am a shrimp keeper. I'm a hobbyist. But I did see an influx in interest, especially at the show, because the first year, I mean, we were just blown away by the amount of people that come, because for anybody that's never been to the Aquatic Experience, it is a show that covers everything aquatic. So you have a large amount of marine aquatic people, and you have a large amount of just cichlids or other fish people that don't realize that plants are a thing in the hobby, and they never realized that shrimp were a thing in the hobby either. So we have all these different backgrounds of people coming up that have never even seen the ornamental shrimp before, and it generated a lot of interest. And I think it was equally the same the second year. And now that the venue is moving to New Jersey, I think that we're going to be able to infect just as many people going forward in the New York, New Jersey area, or up in the Northeast range, where it was too far for them to travel to Chicago before. So I think it's going to continue to grow. And just like we saw, you know, the hobby, it's been going on here in the United States for long enough that, you know, basics is it starts neocaridina for a lot of people. That's what we all first got into. That was all what was really introduced in the United States in the beginning. And now that it's almost come full circle, because now that we're generating more interest in the hobby, there are less people that actually are breeding the neocaradinas and more focusing on the caradinas, because that's where the hobby outside of us has gone. And so we've moved forward, but yet we're now bringing in so many other people new to the hobby that they're looking for those that are still breeding the neocaradinas to be easier for them to get into the hobby. So it's a circle, and I'm flabbergasted that we were a part of all of that, to bring a lot of light to that. I'm glad that we've had that influence, bringing international guests over and having the option to buy with an auction or even raffle winning some of these fantastic breeders shrimps from other countries, I think has really added to the interest into the hobby as well.
Yeah, and to elaborate on that, at the end of the shrimp competition, anyone that submits shrimp, and people literally from all around the world submit some of the highest quality shrimp, literally shrimp that are worth thousands of dollars each. They submit them, and then most of them will actually donate them to the show, and then they'll do an auction at the end, and it makes it very affordable for breeders here in the U.S. or hobbyists or whoever to get those shrimp. And then it also supports the shrimp competition for the next year.
Yes.
And to give, hook the volunteers up with a tank, or, buy them dinner, something to like give back. And so it's just great cause all around. It's helping the hobby. It's helping everything. And so I'm a full supporter of it, and I absolutely love it. And I was actually lucky enough and privileged enough to be one of the judges this past year, which was just an awesome experience.
Yep. You did a really good job. All you guys did. Each year, it's a little different. We have different people, and our U.S. judges last year, we had Rob, of course. We also had invited Andrew Wayne. A lot of people know him out of California. And our third U.S. judge was Jackson Harkey, who was our first year's winner of the Shrimp King Award, the U.S. winner. So now we have a U.S. winner of the Shrimp King Award, and we also have a winner from Singapore, Taiwan. Dilwyn Ting won the Shrimp King Award for 2016. But so it was great to see you guys collaborate with the international judges and learn from them what they look for, and kind of everybody learning off of each other and teaching each other what to look for. Or I guess the scoring, it's a little bit different from each country, I've learned. So it's nice that we have that ability to bring people together, and you guys learn off of each other and still do a really good job.
Yeah, I mean, well, thank you for saying all that. I do appreciate it. And I do have to say that all the judges this year, like, I absolutely loved everyone. Robert Jackson was just an awesome guy. Andrew Wayne was amazing. Monica Polar breeds the Dancing Man. She is the most amazing woman in the world. Absolutely love her to death. Nico, my brother from another mother, he is just awesome. He's just one of them French guys that just loves the world. And so it was awesome. And judging really made me a better shrimp keeper, because it made me look at the details. So now, like, when I'm in my own shrimp room and I go around and, like, we're selling like Galaxy Pintos and we have to sell high grade, like, what am I looking for? Like, it goes down to size, it goes down to color, how's the white color versus the black,
right?
How are the leg colorations, like, how's this, how's that, how are they acting, and all those things you normally don't look at. And so to actually, like, get into it and look at the shrimp and evaluate it and, like, pick it apart, like, it was just a blast, and it was such an adventure. And I'm so glad that you guys asked me to do it. I really loved it.
Well, you were great.
Well, thank you. Hey, what can I say? Oh man. Well, I do want to touch on something. So you said you've been traveling around the world. Really, you've been traveling around the world, visiting so many other shows and seeing so many other things. So how are things going to, how are things going to change for next year? Like, is there anything new coming up? Is there anything different going to be going on? You know, what is there to expect?
For our contest for next year?
Yes.
For this year? Well, the categories are going to change. We are now officially members. Chris, I say we, meaning Chris and myself, along with a few other members of what's called the WOCA, which is the World Organization Crustacean Association. World Ornamental Crustacean Association.
Dang. That is a mouthful.
It is. There are Nico actually is also a member of that. Karsten Lagemann from Germany joins us, and Rafal, can't say his last name, from Poland joins us as well with Dilwyn and Wen Wang. And there's a Leo Khan, I want to say. Anyway, the group of us, the reason for the association to be created is so that we can adapt a standard, a category standard, and a judging standard going forward. Although we haven't had much going on yet, the idea is that we will all agree, or we'll all, I guess, brainstorm the ideas of this is what we think the market is, or not the market, but the hobby and what people are doing. And we have representatives from different countries. So, because we all know it's different in each country of what they're breeding and what they're looking for. But the idea is that we would all have one set of categories and one set way of judging and what you're looking for when you're doing the judging, so that the countries that will participate, that will follow the same standard. So it's the same standard no matter which country you're in, and no matter where you're participating. If you are, it's always the same categories broken down the same ways. Unfortunately, I don't know if that standard is going to be created by the time our contest rolls around. This year, it's a little bit earlier. The last 2 years, it's been in November. This year, it's in almost the third week of October, being the 19th to the 21st. The last update that I got was it's going to be around June timeframe when that is going to begin for the process of getting those standards. So it may not be done until 2019. So what we'll do is we will redo our categories for 2018, because 2017 was different from 2016. 2017 was a bit confusing for the participants as well as the organizer, myself, not so much Chris, because we have to be able to know where these shrimp are going when they come in. When we're setting up the tanks and everything, we have to make sure that they're in the right categories. And we had a couple categories that kind of overlapped. And so shrimp could have been in 1, 2, or 3 categories. And so I want to eliminate that, because it's difficult for the participant, but it's also stressful for the volunteers and the organizers to make it all the way that it should be. So we'll be revamping ours regardless of WOCA's status at that point. But that's kind of what we're looking at as far as changing. The venue is going to change only by location. Other than that, everything should be pretty much the same.
Nice. So somebody has a question. The Fox Aquatic asked, he said, could you please ask her if there's a website for the WOCA? Because they'd be interested in checking it out.
As of right now, the only thing that we have is a Facebook page. And it is searchable. It's public. So if you typed in WOCA or World Ornamental Crustacean Association, either one, you should be able to find it. There is a logo on the page itself, so you'll see. There hasn't been a lot of updates, but there's been some things that have been shared since it was created, which was about 6 months ago.
Awesome. Well, I think that's a great idea, because it would really simplify things. And once there's like a global, I mean, it's going to be hard to pull off, but if pull it off correctly, if there's a global standard to grading shrimp and something that a hobbyist could go in and look at, I think it would clear up a lot of confusion. Because even right now, like grading like a Galaxy Pinto, or someone just messaged in chat, like grading a carbon really or any type of really shrimp. Like there's no real place, like resource to go and find like, hey, this is how to grade this is how to grade that.
Right.
And so if there was like a standard, like this is how you grade shrimp, this is how you grade pinto variation and so on and so forth, I feel like that would be a wealth of knowledge for everyone.
I agree. Yeah. Because there's some, with Monica, she has her own way of looking at how things are to be graded, and everyone, it is kind of opinion based more than anything else. With her, it's what was the breeder really trying to do with what it is that they're presenting at the contest, and sometimes you just don't know. So you have to kind of go with what you see and what you're supposed to be looking at. Now, I was able to attend the shrimp competition that happened at SIPS in China, in Shanghai, which is the China International Pet Show. And their grading was completely opinion-based. It was, you got the categories, you got the forums, you were to pick the top 3 out of each category. And that's exactly how it was judged. There was no score. There was no looking at comparing points in any way, shape, or form. So it was completely unexpected for me. I don't judge, so they all handled it. But for me, as an organizer, looking at the way that was handled was way different. And so I think that it would be great once we get a standard that not every country is going to participate. Not everyone's going to want to follow what the standards are because they're, maybe France has a smaller group that is really doing breeding and they're following one way, and not every other country is doing that. So they'll continue to do what they're doing, which is fine. But there's going to be a lot of countries, I think, that will participate and follow whatever it is that WOCA has come to finalize.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I think it's awesome that you guys are bringing on like pretty much a ton of countries to be associated with the WOCA, the World something CA. I don't
Ornamental crustacean.
Oh, that's so crazy.
By the way, we're still sitting at 9-3. The Eagles are still up.
So the Eagles are still up. So I know there's a lot of people happy out there.
I voted for the Eagles.
Okay.
Well, guys, thank you. First of all, I just want to thank everyone here. Thank you for taking time out of the Super Bowl, if you were going to watch it, to spend it with me and Therese.
Yes.
And spend some time with us, so I do appreciate it. And I do want to mention, I figured if you guys watch me every week, you would know we try to do a special every single week on a product or something like that. And so I figured no better thing to do a special on than Shrimp King Foods. So if you look down below, we have a discount code for 25% off Shrimp King Foods, and that'll be good for the next week or so. So feel free to take advantage of that if you want to stock up on food or try some of the things that Shrimp King has to offer. And if you don't know why Shrimp King is relevant here, it's because you just tuned in, and Chris from Shrimp King, or he is the Shrimp King, was the guy that really made the international shrimp competition come to the United States and us put it on. And that's how Teresa got into her role. And if you notice, I keep saying Teresa and Therese. So Nico is the one that's like started it, or Chris might have started it, but like Therese just flows off the tongue so much better.
It's also spelled that way with an E on the end, so it doesn't have the A.
Yeah. So yeah, so they're right, but
Exactly.
It is what it is.
It sounds better. It rolls off the tongue a lot better.
It does. It does. And someone did ask, LR Brett's Aquatics was here. He was a guest. We unfortunately didn't get the live stream, but we do have some videos coming out with him for everyone that was wondering. Because Teresa, if you didn't know, he was actually just here earlier today and yesterday, and was getting some shrimp and talking shrimp and all kinds of stuff. So that was a really good time.
He's an awesome guy.
He is an awesome guy. He won first place in the Neo Caridina category of the first shrimp competition. He did get third place in the second shrimp competition, right?
Okay, well he won 2 categories the first year, didn't he? For Neo Caridina,
I think probably did.
He had Yeah, because we had 2 neocardinas and he entered them both. And so the first year he won 2. And then I think he got 1 for sure award last year.
Yeah.
First,
I know he
place?
definitely got 3rd place in the neo category.
It was his yellows.
Yeah, his yellows, yeah.
Yes, his yellows were amazing.
Funky release too. Yeah, he had all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
Someone tackled Tom Brady.
Oh, kid aggro. We're in trouble.
To the ground.
He's giving me the play-by-play of the game.
Oh,
Tom Brady
nice.
just got tackled, apparently.
But oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
All right, get out of here. Go, go, go.
Okay, quiet.
10-year-olds. Oh man. But yeah, so Lucas he's so funny. He has still to this day, he has the best red neocardinas in the country. He has that title. He still has it. And so Lucas was a great guy to hang out with. But Therese, I want to talk about you. So you are a hobbyist. Tell me what I'm looking at. Like, I see all around you, behind you, you got pictures and posters. Like, what's going on back there?
This is my office. It's my shared office with my husband. So I've not been able to take over the whole room, although you can see that I want to.
You definitely started to.
So on the filing cabinet back there in the corner, I have 3 shrimp tanks going up there. 2 of them are the Shrimp King nano tanks that we use at the contest, and then a cookie jar in the middle. The cookie jar has PRLs. And actually, I just put in a bunch of other caradinas in there because I moved them from one tank to another. And I just found some PRL babies today. I was so excited. I didn't even know I had a buried PRL. So
that's
awesome. Like my Sunday gift. And then that's my 65-gallon rimless tank. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I was trying to get some light back there, but it's about to go through a rescape. I'm going to completely take everything out of it, which I had already started, which is why it looks pretty barren. And then the pictures on the wall that you can see are my Balance of Nature pictures, courtesy of Brian Adams, which are Takashi Yamano works of art. Those are actually pictures of some of his tanks that he had set up. And then you see my one very proud picture of me and the volunteers from the first year on my wall. And right below it is the tank that I just finished scaping and planting today. And that's down center, and that's where I'm actually going to be trying out some of the Denali products that I brought home. The filter that I recently recorded about, and then also some fertilizer products that we have, and I'll be testing the water now that I'm using the same soil to get some test results from that. And then there's 2 tanks right there, which are the Shrimp King 10-gallon tanks that have my tigers in them.
Nice. So you got a lot of fish tanks back there.
Yeah. Then there's our calendar.
Oh yeah. Oh, we have to do a drawing today.
Yeah. There's our contest posters. I'm all full of shrimp.
That's here. Awesome.
And then over there, you can kind of see it. There's Monica's poster in the very corner on the bricks. So I'd say it's my showroom, but it's not mine completely.
You share it with your husband. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does he like the fish too? Or the shrimp?
No.
No. And he let you do all that?
Well, I mean, he didn't have a choice. I didn't ask permission.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I am married.
Yes. It's like, hey, by the way, yeah, I'm doing this. What are you doing? Nothing.
Nothing. No.
I have another tank. I have a 20 long in the kitchen, which has my neocardinas, my blue dreams. That's my blue dream tank.
That's awesome.
If I can find space, I will put a tank.
So let me ask you this. Do you get a killer discount because you work for JBJ and Dennerla and Shrimp King?
Oh, of course.
Is it
naturally
free fitty?
Yeah, I guess you could say. I mean, I try not to take advantage of the fact that I do have access to some of the products, so I don't ask for everything. But there are that hobbyist in me. There's a lot of things that I want to share with other people, how they work, what it is, why it's a good thing, or why I think that it's okay or comparable to other products. And anyone that knows me knows that I'm going to be completely honest. So this review or this unboxing and explaining of this canister filter that we have, it's called the Escapers Flow. You know, I gave my honest opinion. There were some things that I thought could be improved upon or maybe modified to be a little bit different. So talking about them and having access to them, I think, is beneficial for the company, but it's also beneficial for the hobbyists, because I'm going to ask the questions. I'm going to talk about the things that I think that other hobbyists want to know. I'm using the soil. I'm testing the water. I'm seeing what the results are. If there's any ammonia in the beginning, if there's buffering capabilities that you can see immediately. I mean, I document everything I do, and then I talk about it. So it really is a benefit for the company that I am as deep in the hobby as I am.
Well, that's awesome. Where can people find you? Where can they see those reviews?
On Facebook. I do have a YouTube page that I started back in 2013, and I just added, like, in the last 2 weeks, maybe 3 or 4 videos. So I'm not very active there. I did notice that posting a video to YouTube and then sharing that link on Facebook didn't generate as much traffic as I thought. And I really want people to see what it is I'm talking about. Sorry.
Yeah, slap that boy.
So my Facebook page is really the place to go. You can go. I'm searchable, Therese Neal. I'm also on Instagram. It's Tanisi75 for anybody that's on IG that wants to look me up.
How do you spell that?
Tanisi.
Yeah.
TNEAZY 75.
Oh, so it's not like T-Easy?
No, it's T with my kind of like my last name, but a little funk added to it. So Tanisi.
Nice.
Right. And then on Facebook, it's Therese Neal, and it's Therese spelled T-H-E-R-E-S-E.
And then Neal, N-E-A-L?
A-L, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Or you can just go to Rob's page and then find me that way. I'm in his friends.
You could. And I will put all the links down below. So if you're watching this on the replay, I'll get all those links from Therese, and we'll put them down below so they can find you. But how about this? So you've been working with JBJ, which is basically like the sole supplier of Denner Law and Shrimp King in the United States.
Yes.
What are some of the biggest things you've learned in the about a year that you've been with them?
People don't want to spend money.
Amen to that.
You know, as a hobbyist, I get it. Especially when you're getting into it in the beginning, you don't want to spend a lot of money on something you don't know. But I'm finding that that's the same case with stores. Denner is not new to the hobby. They've been in Germany. The company is 50 years old. So they've really been building products and growing plants for a long time, but they're just coming into the United States. And the products are fantastic. They're very well made, quality products. But even when I take those products with me to a store and I show them to the store owners or the managers, you know, they don't get excited. They're not looking at this as the greatest new thing. I guess maybe it's not the greatest new thing. And that's frustrating for me. So I've learned in the last year that, you know, my excitement is not always well received, I guess, with the products, but it's a slow process. I mean, JBJ's been actually bringing in, distributing the products for 2 years. So this is going into our 3rd year now. The Northeast region has been very, very difficult. It's been very difficult to get the products in the stores, which means that the consumers aren't able to get them, which is my problem, because, you know, I can talk about the products all day long, but if no one can get them, then there's no point in doing what I'm doing. So it's a frustrating process, but I'm hoping, you know, as things go on, we've got 3 main distributors now. We just brought in and signed on with Phillips Pet out of the Northeast region. So they're going to be offering the Denali products and the Shrimp King products to their account holders. So if anybody is a store owner out there in the Northeast region, if you haven't already heard, because I know that they have it on the website, we're also now distributing through Phillips. So it helps not having to ship from California to New York for the store owners, because shipping, as you know, being in Ohio, can definitely rack up pretty quickly.
Yeah, shipping has given me a few black eyes. I will tell you that.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And by the way, I know you're running a special on the Shrimp King food products at 25% off, and that's fantastic. And just so you guys know, Chris also is responsible for putting out the Breeders and Keepers magazines, which we now have in the United States, we only have volumes 2 and 3, but we also have a China edition. And Rob just ordered a bunch of each of those. So he's going to have 30 books coming to him in the next week to week and a half. So if you guys have been looking for volume 2, volume 3, or the Black China edition, Rob's going to be able to be your source for that.
Woo-woo! And then, hey, I got some good news too. Hopefully it works out. But if everything works out good, I should have 20 copies of volume 1 Breeders and Keepers.
Woo! That will be amazing.
Yes. So if that ends up going through, then we'll be doing some giveaways with that. And just so you guys know, volume 1 of Breeders and Keepers literally is selling for over $1,000. Like, it is a sought after item, which is crazy. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's unreal. But it's no longer in print, which is part of the reason why, if somebody has it, they want to try to sell it for $1,000. To make that money. Of course, not everybody, I won't say everybody, but there are people out there that are just greedy. So it's going to happen.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And there has been talk. I've heard Chris talk about actually working on a volume 4.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You heard it first here.
Yeah. Now, originally, about a year ago, he said no, there wasn't going to be a 4. But then I heard him telling some other people, I think in Chicago, that he was in the process of, and he's such a busy guy. I don't know where he finds time to sleep. This guy is online all the time, making posters, helping with T-shirts. I mean, he's just all over the place, and then writing books, and it's crazy. So if he finds the time to do a volume 4, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, and I can honestly say this. Chris is a real guy. He is a genuine guy, and I genuinely love him as a person. Like, he is like a real person, and I love dealing with people like that. And I know you talked about earlier, like when you go into sell to a store, like, it's really hard because they don't get excited about the products. Like, I can honestly say, when I first was pitched, like, with, hey, like, JBJ, try the Shrimp King, try this, try that, I was like, oh yeah, like, hear it all the time. And then it just so happened that I tried it and I loved it, and then I got it because I was using it, not because, like, I saw the profit margins, because honestly, it's expensive. It is. And it's worth it for me because I get the results. I love what I see. And but I could see why people originally get discouraged from it because, the price tag. And a lot of shop owners aren't making very much money. This is not an industry that people make a lot of money at.
Right.
And so when they see something that, I can make $7 here, but I can only make $3 here, they're always going to go to the 7. And I'm glad that I got bit by the Shrimp King bug, and it's kind of like really propelled me forward. It's helped me a lot. Me and Chris I would consider us friends. He's built the calendar for us, which we got to give a few of those away.
Yes.
And, he is just an awesome, genuine guy. So anything I can do to support Chris, I always do it. And Chris has done so much for us. Like, we talked about the shrimp competition. Chris literally was the guy that was like, hey, let's get a shrimp contest going. And because of him, our hobby is completely changed in the United States. And so I feel like I owe a lot to him. And so I always try to support him in what he's doing. And so, hey, let's give away a shrimp calendar.
Let's do it. You want to go first?
Yeah. So how many, so let's explain everything to everyone.
Okay.
We'll give one away to at least one person that's watching.
Okay.
And then we will give away, 2 You had 2 different posts going on Facebook, and we have to draw a winner for each post.
One each.
Okay, so I'll draw one and you'll draw one?
Yeah. So your group is going to be 1 to 53.
Okay. I'm already liking number 27, but we'll see what random number generates.
Okay, yeah, I need to get mine up. I'm going to do mine on my phone.
So 1 to 53, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm going to share my screen real quick so everyone sees.
Okay.
All right, so I'm on Google, and I got 1 to 53, and then I'm going to generate twice because I never liked the first number. So sorry for whoever is.
Okay.
So sorry for number 10. He doesn't win. All right,
Okay.
so now this is the person who wins. 45.
45. All right.
45 is the winner.
Let's see. Let me go over and see who that is
Okay.
before I do my draw.
Number 45. And so Teresa actually came up with this idea. She's like, hey, let's give some away on your live stream. I'm like, girl, done. Like, we'll do that. I'm all about it. Because it's good to do little giveaways here and there. I see Stormy Miss in the comments. What's going on, Stormy? Nothing has died, but nothing. She's good though. Okay, good.
All right, so I'm looking for 45. That
45.
is Anna Wilson.
Anna Wilson, you are the big winner of the Shrimp King calendar, which I need to go grab one. I don't have one laying around here.
Now, this Anna Wilson was on the list that was in the U.S. Freshwater Shrimp and Plants group. So,
Okay.
Anna, if you're watching, you're the winner. I'm going to send her a message and let her know if she's not watching that she can contact us. And now we're going to go with, I've got 1 through 56, which was what I posted on my page. And I did that because I have a lot of shrimp friends that aren't in the USA group, but are in the USA. So this way we were able to get more people involved. Okay. I don't know why this has 9 on there. So I've got 1 through 50, 1 through 56. Should I do like you? Should I do twice?
Yeah, do it twice. Always twice.
Always do it twice.
Like that first number.
All right. So sorry, number 26. Can you see that? Okay. The winner is number 10. And wasn't that your first one?
It was my first one. So they
All
ended
right.
up coming back and winning.
So let me see who is number 10 on my page.
That's funny. I'm going to go grab a calendar real quick.
Yeah, do that.
You hold the fort down.
I got it. You can stare at me while I'm looking through my feed. I have a lot of things. I repost a lot on my page. Very informational, though. Ah, there we go. Okay, so we have nine, 10, which is Ellen Stark. She's actually not a friend of mine, but she's friends with Han.
Ellen
Stark. Congratulations to Anna and Ellen, who just won calendars. And we'll be reaching out to you guys. I'll be reaching out to you guys to get addresses so we can ship you a couple of calendars.
Now, here's what I got for you guys. So I grabbed 3 calendars just because that's just the number I grabbed. I don't know why. But I was thinking about it, and instead of giving them away to just, maybe one person, maybe 2, I will give away an unlimited amount of Shrimp King posters. Like, I think I have like 70 left. But here's what you have to do. So if anyone who decides to purchase the Shrimp King food, which is 25% off, which is very, very, it's very cheap for Shrimp King food. Like, I'm pretty sure Paul would punch me if he found out that I was selling it for 25% off. And you would know.
We won't tell him.
He won't be watching this. But anyone who decides to use the discount code down below for Shrimp King food, I will send you one of these for free.
That's an awesome deal.
Yeah, so anyone who decides to get it, you guys will get one of these for free. And hopefully that will be a lot of people. And then you guys can try a great food too for a really cheap price.
Absolutely. And by the way, I use the Shrimp King foods as well. And I have received samples of other brands before I had anything to do with Chris and the Shrimp King. And I still have all these little packets of shrimp foods, like 3 years old, that I never used, but I preferred using the Shrimp King. My shrimp, they swarm to it. They like it. And the variety is everything you need in one brand. And you get a lot for the cost. So on average, I think they're $19.99 for most of them, retail price. So 25% off of that is a pretty good deal. Plus, you get free calendar. I mean, come on now.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
what,
the calendar alone
$15.
The calendar alone is $15. So you're
Exactly.
basically getting free Shrimp King food if you buy a calendar. That's what's
there. You go.
But yeah, so I mean, that's awesome. I mean, I love Shrimp King foods in general. Put it this way, I buy them in the retail container, and that is what we feed to we feed them mainly to the Caridina. Actually, we exclusively feed them to the Caridina. The Neo Caridina, like I always try to be as honest as possible. Just be as transparent as possible.
Exactly.
I'm always honest. We feed our Neo Caridinas a mixture of things. So they don't always get the high quality Shrimp King food.
Right.
I would go bankrupt feeding them that much Shrimp King food. But the Caridina we feed exclusively Shrimp King and then Bacter AE. But actually we've been feeding Bioactive. I've been testing it out, and so far we've had good results with it.
Yeah, I like Bacter AE too. And I didn't even know. I felt so silly for this. That when I was in Germany at the Dortmund show, I was there with Chris at his booth. It was Shrimp King, and it was Karsten Lageman, who I had met earlier in the year in Amsterdam at an aquascaping event. But I didn't know he is the guy behind Garnelen House in Germany and the salty shrimp product and the Bacter product. Like, I didn't know. I was like so stupid. Like, this is yours? Wow. Okay, cool. Well,
and he's the one that created it?
Yeah, it's his company. It's his brand.
That's awesome. And you got to meet him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had met him already at least once before, and I had no idea. And then he was with us also in China. And he is also the German representative for WOCA. So
that's awesome. Everyone in chat is begging me for a free Shrimp King calendar tonight for the people watching. And I guess everyone watching is choosing to watch us instead of the Super Bowl, or maybe both. So I will do one giveaway for that. So let me type it all in and find the product. And we'll give one away. And I'll let Reese pick.
Let's do this too. From the list of viewers that you have, whoever you're selecting for this next giveaway, let's do another one. And we'll send them a towel, a Denali towel. Because I've got some of these that I brought back. I actually have a pile of stuff that Chris sent home with me. But I have some of these that are brand new in a package. Let's give one of these away.
You've been holding out on me.
I'm telling you, man. I've been sitting on all kinds of stuff over here. So let's do it.
All right. Well, how about this? We can keep it simple. If you want to give away one towel?
One towel. You know what? Let's do one other thing. Let's do a towel. And you have
Ollie Taylor in the house. Which I gotta announce this real quick. Ollie Taylor is like my favorite person in the whole world. He's awesome. Him and Laura. He's over in the UK, and I actually sent him a bunch of a bunch of Shrimp King posters. So Ollie Taylor's in chat. If you guys want one of these and you're in the UK and you can't get them from me, contact Ollie Taylor and he will hook you up.
Hey, what's the name again? Because I got 2 friends that I know are in the UK want them.
Okay, so it's Ollie, Ollie.
Taylor.
And his last name's Taylor. Yep, and you can find him on Facebook. I'm sure you could find him on YouTube because he obviously has a YouTube account. But definitely find him on Facebook. That's probably the easiest way.
Okay, so you have folks that watch your channel are also into plants, right? You have Planet Tank people?
Of course.
So let's do a giveaway for this 2008
Whoa.
plant guide.
Hey, how about that? Now, do you want to do it one person wins them all, or do you want to do 3 separate ones?
No, let's do a winner for the towel, a winner for this, and then a winner for, what are you giving away? A hat?
Yes. So how about we do this? We'll keep it easy for both of us.
Okay.
If you send me all 3 of those things in one box, then I will mail each one out individually.
You have 2. You have the third one.
Well, no. Oh, wait. I thought you had a towel. Oh, so you have 2.
I have a towel and I have a book.
Okay. So if you send both those to me, then I will throw in a calendar with each one of them. And then we'll do two drawings.
Perfect.
Okay. So the way that I do it, I keep things as simple as possible because it's really easy for me to forget. Being a man and all.
Right.
So I'm going to do a discount code. And then what's going to happen is I will limit it to 2 people. And then the first 2 people to use the discount code will get it for free. So we don't even have to draw a number. Just everyone here can go to our website. They can add the Shrimp King calendar to their cart. And then as soon as I give the discount code out, those 2 people will get it.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's just a way to keep it simple.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it works.
So we won't know who the winners are of them then. I'll send this out tomorrow then. I'll send a towel in this book to you tomorrow. And then you'll have that. So by the end of, probably by Wednesday, you'll be able to send it out to whoever is the winner.
Exactly. So that works for me.
Cool.
Get it shipped out. So let me finalize this thing, and then I will actually share the link to the discount in chat. Which this is going to be the crazy thing. We're about a 30-second delay, so they're going to get the link 30 seconds before we actually say it. So it's going to cause mass chaos. So, oh, this is going to be good.
Hey, but where's the chat? I don't even see it on my end.
All right, so the chat is you actually have to go to YouTube and then pull it up that way, which I'll just relay it for you. You don't worry about that. But yeah, if you went to YouTube and you looked up Flip Aquatics and then you pulled up our live stream,
I see my face on there.
Yeah, there you go. So you would pause the live stream and then they have a live chat, then you can pull up the live chat.
On it, I see it.
Oops. Darn it, now I messed up my discount code. I got to redo it. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to share the link, and then the first person, or the first 2 people to take advantage of it are going to win.
I see that. Because when you spell something wrong and then you go back and correct yourself, you use an asterisk so you can show that you're correcting yourself.
All right, let me copy this. All right, so
goodness, that's not
sharing the link now. Boom. So if you see that link, you click on that link, it will automatically apply the discount code. Most likely, every time I do this, I always set it to like 2 people can do the discount code, but multiple people do it at once, and so usually we'll get like 3 or 4 people. So those extra people will just get a Shrimp King calendar. Let's see. So if no one knows how to do it, what you'll do is you'll click on the link, you'll add a Shrimp King calendar to your cart, and you will check out, and it will be 100% free. At least it should. If it's not, then I apologize. If it's not, then tell me, and then I'll have to fix it.
Right.
But Therese, how are we doing on the Super Bowl?
We are. What are we? What is the score?
15-12.
15-12. Who's up?
Eagles. 15.
The Eagles have 15, so it's 15-12. Eagles are winning.
Nice.
I'm sorry, I'm going to lose some fans right now, but I am cheering for the New England Patriots.
Hey, that's all right.
I have friends in Philadelphia, but I used to live in New Jersey, so I'm kind of a Patriots fan by default.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, hey, it happens. You know, we won't beat you up through the camera.
Thanks. And no beating me up when you see me in person either. I'm not willing to get beat up over football.
No, not at all. I'm going to make you a model. So I don't know if we're still live or not, but my power went out, and then and now we're I think we're back up. I don't know. That was crazy. The fact that the stream kept going is impressive, though. I will give you that. We'll see if it's still up. It's supposedly still up. But I don't know. I'm going to pull up the chat right now and see. I just want to get back in as quick as possible. So we will see pop out chat. I know I'm like 30 seconds delayed, so people, I'll tell you guys right now. Oh, yeah, we're back in. Okay, good. That was crazy. I'm surprised they let me back in. I'll try to get Therese to come back in.
Here.
Oh, you're back. Okay, good. Holy smokes. Yeah, that was nuts.
That was crazy. I was like, did we run out of time, or we only have 59 minutes for this thing, and then it shuts you off? I mean, what is going on?
Gosh.
Yeah. So I was trying to keep up with the chat, and I wasn't able to. It goes so fast. How do you keep up with that? Goodness.
I know. That was yeah, it gets crazy.
Yeah, I imagine. So somebody did ask where the aquarium plant guide can be purchased, and we are distributing it. So if you have a store locally that you want to purchase it through because it's convenient for you, you can ask them if they can order it for you straight from JBJ, or they can go through a distributor and see. We distribute through Phillips, DFW, and Midwest. So those three, but then also Rob is able to get them, and he can have them available. I'm sure, being that you're a shrimp site, you might not want to have too much for the plants, but if you have some requests, you can get them.
Yeah, I probably could pull that off.
I think you can.
I mean, what's money? Like, just spend it. Send me 10 of those.
Sure, why not? But I think I don't know that I can tack in anything else to your order. I want to get it out to you. If I keep delaying it, then you'll never get it.
That is true. And I need it. Whoa, my chair. Did you see me just shrink? Got bigger again. Oh, man. What a night. And this has been an action-packed night.
Oh,
Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah. My daughter was in the bathtub for the last hour. So now she's all pruned up and blue-lipped and
oh my
game going on. My son's finally gone.
Hey, I don't know if we got anybody to take advantage of that discount code yet. So we still need a winner. We still need 2 winners. So maybe they didn't get it. So
let's talk about it again. What are we doing?
Okay, so now I'm just gonna type in the link was obviously too confusing. So here's how this works. If you guys want to win a free Shrimp King calendar and also a Dennerla towel or an aquarium plant guide from Denner. How do you say it? You don't say Dennerla. You say Dennerla.
I go between. I say Dennerla because I hear videos and I hear other people. George Farmer for one will say it Dennerla. But typically I'll say Dennerla. If I don't think about it, it's Dennerla. Okay. But I hear it both ways so often that I don't actually know what's correct.
Okay, so we'll go with Dennerla. I like that.
And even there was a video I was watching on the Scapers Flow canister filter from a guy that was in the UK, and he referred to them as Dennerl. I can't even say it right. Dennerl.
Dennerl?
Yeah, Dennerl.
Jeez, that is crazy.
Yes, so I guess it depends on what country you're from, but Dennerla, I think, sounds good.
Dennerla does sound good. Or Denner.
Yeah. Let's go with it. Let's just say shrimp.
I don't know. So I did, if you guys just saw, I just shared the discount code, and you will put the calendar into your cart and then use that discount code. And I'm actually going to do it to make sure it's working. So you go to flipaquatics.com, and then the Shrimp King calendar is the first thing up on the page. You click on that, you add it to your cart, and then you hit checkout, and then you'll type in. You can't copy and paste. Copy and paste will not work. It's a cheat-proof thing. And free SK calendar.
Oh, and you even called it. Be ready for an action-packed night, and it sure has been.
Oh, it has been an action-packed night. All right, so I just did it. It gave me the free discount code. So I could buy one for free right now, which I mean, I might, depending if anyone else gets to it. So it does work.
Now, how are they going to specify if they want the towel or the book?
So whoever places the order first, I will send them an email and ask them which one they would rather have. And then the person who does it second will get second choice. And then if anyone's third or fourth, then those people will just get a calendar, which we'll see. Man, so
you know what? I need to send you
$1 million.
and I'm not going to see you for a while, so I do need to send it in the mail. I have some crayfish posters that I brought back from China.
Yeah?
Actually, from Jeffrey Yao.
Okay.
You know Jeffrey, don't you?
Can I
I don't know if
pretend?
I'm saying his last name yet correctly. Y-A-U. Jeffrey.
Ooh. Hey, we got our first winner. Ernie Cabajow. I think I'm allowed to say their last name out loud. I don't know.
Let's hope.
Sorry, Ernie. Oh man. So yeah, Ernie's number one.
Can you see? Are you looking?
Let me look. Oh wow. That's a big poster. You're gonna have to talk again so they can see it.
It's huge, actually.
Jeez. How are you gonna ship that to me?
I'm gonna ship it in a tube, of course.
Oh, okay. Oh, we got two winners.
All right.
Vance Ellis is winner number 2. So let's see. Yep. Perfect. So we got our 2 winners. Any other stragglers that somehow get the discount code to work? You guys just win a Shrimp King calendar.
And hey, we may be able to do another giveaway. We could do a joint giveaway sometime. I mean, the idea was that it's not always easy for Chris to bring things from Germany because he has to bring. Well, he doesn't have to, but he does bring so much when he comes to the shows. That when I went to Dortmund, I actually went to Genoa while I was there, and we loaded up my carry-on suitcase with stuff for me to do giveaways here in the U.S. and also in Canada, but we haven't done any yet. So this is actually the first of the items that I brought over to give away.
Ooh.
And I've been waiting for Chris, but again, as I said earlier, he's so freaking busy.
Yeah, he's really busy.
I feel guilty sometimes asking him questions, but I do it anyway. So I've asked him, but I may just start to give things away. I know there's a couple of things that I'd like to be able to send up to the Canada group, one of the Canadian Facebook groups. Sorry, I'm putting my posters away. So I'll try to remember to send you this crayfish poster as well.
Okay, perfect. Vance and Ernie are both really excited in chat.
Cool.
And then some other people asked what the discount code is. If you want a free Shrimp King calendar, you have to use a discount code down below. It is Shrimp King 25, I think, and it's for 25% off Shrimp King food. If you place an order for Shrimp King food, you automatically are going to get that poster or that calendar. Sorry, my mind's on poster since you showed me the crayfish poster. But anyway, we are over time, and so we do have to wrap it up.
Okay.
But Therese, I want to ask you this. I ask everyone this. If you could give one piece of advice to everyone watching, it doesn't have to be shrimp related. It could be about life, anything. If you could give them one piece of advice that they could hold on to, what would that advice be?
Wow. That is a super deep question. Just remember, and this will be hobby related for anybody doing any kind of hobby, really, that there are many, many ways to reach the same goal. So I say this because there's so many groups and there's so many of us that do things. We do things our way. And when you get advice from people, or when you're listening or you're reading or talking to other people, everybody does things differently, but it doesn't mean that they don't get to the same end goal. So just always remember that, there are, I guess, lots of ways to skin a cat. Is that the term?
Whoa, we don't skin cats around here.
But I think that that's the common phrase that I'm used to hearing. But there are many ways to achieve the same goal. So don't ever forget that, and don't ever get discouraged. And, maybe something is working for you that doesn't work for anybody else, but that doesn't mean it's not working.
Yeah. Never quit innovating.
There you go.
I love it. Great
Thanks
advice.
for having me, Rob. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah. So thank you, Therese. And don't hang up after we end the stream. I want to talk to you.
Okay.
Thank you for being on here. It's been a blast. And thank you for organizing the shrimp competition in the United States. It means a ton to all of us hobbyists out there. Like I said, it's done so much for the hobby. So thank you. Thank you, Chris Lucup, if you're listening, which he probably isn't because the man's so busy. But huge shout out to Chris Lucup and Shrimp King for all that they do for us. And thank you, everyone else, for watching. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the rest of the Super Bowl. Or if you're watching this on the replay, thank you so much. So, Therese, I'll actually let you close us out.
Oh, I don't know how you close it out.
You just say hey, love you guys. Have a great night. Talk to you later.
All right. Well, before I close it out, I do want to just say the Aquatic Experience will be held in 2018. Well, obviously, we're in 2018 already, but it's going to be held at the Meadowlands in Secaucus, New Jersey on October 19th through the 21st. So mark your calendars. That we'll be coming and infiltrating the Northeast region with our shrimp contest, as well as the rest of the show. There is, and always will be, live aquascaping contest going on as well. And the categories for that are nano and then the large tank competition. There are also fish competitions that take place during the event. You'll get to see Rob. You'll get to see me. You'll get to see Chris. So definitely mark your calendars. If you need vacation time, you know when to take it. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. It's been a pleasure just talking and sharing and talking about shrimp in the contest. So thanks again for listening, and I hope you guys have a good night.
Awesome. See you guys.